I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Life is very funny, particularly if you live in Nigeria. We started our discussion on Kwamology. We've done Kwamology 001, Kwamology 002, Kwamology 003, and we are going to do Kwamology 004 now. But the subtopic of Kwamolysis 004 is Kwamolysis. Kwamology is when a client or an individual feels maltreated, cheated, deprived of his or her rights by an organization or an institution, and he or she becomes disruptive in order to have his or her rights restored or his or her dignity restored. And the social disruption in the public space usually does not benefit any person. And Jude Kakpo has done 3 courses, and we're going to issue him a certificate as a Kwamonizer, somebody who can analyze Kwamology. And today, Kwamolysis or Kwamolysis, depending on how you want to pronounce it, is the damage control that takes place after Kwamology. That is to say, an attempt to prevent a further occurrence, to deter people from behaving like that, and to restore sanity to the system, to bring it to the status quo. Now, what usually happens is that people come to their senses after some time. Kwamology happens, let me quote the Minister for Aviation and Space Science, that it's a time of temporary insanity. Some fuses just blow up. It's also a sign of built-up tension. Systems don't work in this country, and people are angry, people are frustrated. The owners of the institutions are frustrated by the behavioral patterns of Nigerians. We don't like obeying simple instructions. We don't know how to comport ourselves in public. We talk too loudly. We are usually very aggressive. And occasionally we want to show, do you know me? Do you know me? And this conflict of frustrations and entitlement mentality and the attempts to intimidate people usually would lead to kwamatology. Then after some time, people suddenly realized that they were foolish to have acted the way they acted. In all the conflicts that have taken place in Nigeria, I always call for settlement. I always call for Kwamolysis. Those who like fights will think that I don't have values. No. In the final analysis, nobody is a winner. Everybody is a loser. So what happens? Number one, there will be denial. Oh, they will deny. The person who initiated the anger, either from the service company or the institution, will deny. The person who acted like Kwamologist 3, they said it was water that was in the flask. I wonder how water in a flask would lead to quarrel between an airline, a plane, an airline operator and their passenger. I wonder if the water that was spilled on the pilot had no smell or spilled on ground crew. I wonder how they managed to know it was alcohol. So, denial. Oh, people know how to lie in Nigeria. Denial. Even the government denies. Even pastors. It's not a gun. It's not a taser. I didn't bring out anything. We know how to deny. So, denial. The next thing is that repentance. You come and give an apology. I'm sorry. I was overwhelmed. I've been passing through stuff. Kwamologist 2 apologized. Kwamologist 1 never apologized. Kwamologist 3, they said that when they were taking her statement at the station in the airport and maybe Kirikiri, that she became sober and repentant. And I don't know of the air hostess, because I've also heard that she's very aggressive and that she has insulted people before. So the airline too have also realized that they've done a cost-benefit analysis and found out that it will not favor any of the sides. And so both sides came to their senses, or the triangle, the airline industry, the federal government, all people placing ban and all that, came to their senses. And most times the negative publicity that it generates, nobody wants it. And from my experience, fight the tire person. In the tire person. When both sides don't fight tire, when they are tired of fighting, they will be looking for somebody to settle them. You know, when there was crisis over record, album, catalog and all that, I called for 1 hour plus. One of the parties in Paris called, they should settle. I mediated here, mediated there, called for religious leaders to settle them. Eventually, they settled. So why not settle on time? My wife asked me whether have I ever rejected food in this house because she annoyed me. Why? I be full? Why will I reject food? My mumu not reach that. If you annoy me, I will eat well in case you want to prolong the quarrel. If you annoy me, I will eat well in case we are going to settle by going to Jerusalem as a 2-minute man. Maybe I can increase to 3 minutes with good feeding. So why will I eat food when I use money to buy? I know Momo reach that. I'm not as crazy as that. I know I'm not normal. So I will eat well. How will I reject food? Even if I want to cast out demons, I don't fast. In case they become violent, like the ones that attack the sons of Sceva, I go show some worry strength, slap hell out of you, will get demon. Color B, you crazy worry. Dr. Apoki, your head not correct. The next thing is that phone calls will have been made. Phone calls will have been made. Nobody knows who that girl was going to see. And the package got lost towards Kirikiri. The owner of the package will have tracked the package to Kirikiri to retrieve the package. Then the next thing is that when phone calls are made and there is an outcry, there was an outcry from Nigerians. Why was nothing done to Kwamolysis 1 that locked the gate of a terminal? Why was nothing done to Kwamolysis 2 that stood in front of a plane? Why was he not banned for life and banned for international flights? And why was he not bundled out of the place? Why were they begging him? So the outcry. Nigerians, I thank you for this new approach to life. You all came out from different tribes, different professions. You didn't care who the girl was, and the outcry was embarrassing to the Nigerian criminals justice system. The outcry. And then the Nigerian Bar Association stepped in. Please be stepping in more often on behalf of Nigerians, not when Bobby show. Not when Bobby show. Eh? Jude Kakbo, yeah, I know see that Bobby will show you could like well. I know say Jude Kakbo don't look Bobby more than 10 times. That Bobby will show no be small publicity bring up. Only good boys like Daddy Freeze now no look Bobby, just remove his face. One reverend father said, if you looked at the Bobby more than once, that you should come for confession. Jude Kakbo say, whether does that include Dr. Apoki? Jude Kakbo, go and sit down. You know how many Bobby I don't see as a medical doctor? All shapes of Bobby. I don't even see more than Bobby. You know, Bobby no be anything for doctor side. So there was a cry for equity. Equity. Why must Kwamologist 3 be treated differently from Kwamologist 1 and Kwamologist 2? So, I told you that Nigeria rewards some kinds of behavior. We reward some kinds of behavior. A girl was said to have altered her JAM result. Somebody just responded that he's giving her scholarship to wherever. Kwamologist 2 was made ambassador for national airport security. I don't know the kind of work he want before there. He go they go airport, they go tell passenger, don't carry holy water in your flask, don't stand in front of plane, the plane is not a moleware. What is he going to do? Is he going to release a song? Bang, 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 boom, 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 bang, bang. Sorry, I'm out. No, you aeroplane, or to release song for Nigeria, I know they had to. And the song go trend, they go make a millionaire. So Richard was rewarded as a brand ambassador. And Kwamologist 3, somebody has offered to pay her a monthly salary of 500,000 naira for disrupting, I'm fighting, in Delta State, where there are very many unemployed youths, 500,000 monthly, and an express paid trip. Another man has offered to take her, travel with her overseas. Is it the Bobby that is bringing this? Oh, she's going to get rich. They are going to interview her. Channels, when I mean channels, podcasts are going to interview her. She's going to become a celebrity, plus her channel before, where she has been displaying several things, cooking and all that. She's going to be a celebrity. She will make money from being a kwamologist. But the good thing is that before you make trouble, make sure you can generate funds, and you can generate favor, and you can generate an outcry. If not, that brings me to the final point of this video. Jude Kakbo belongs to a peace-making organization. Himself and my big bros, great Uite, Mike Uyi, belong to this organization that are peace mediators. They want peace. Mike Uyi, senior bros, is a friend of Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Jude Kakpo, you are a friend of Natasha Akpoti. Una don't they confuse her papa name with my name. Me I be Dr. Apoki, she be Akpoti, I be Urobo. She come from Kogi State, whether Nigeria or no be Gala, but from Kogi State. So how now they confuse Akpoti and Apoki? Waiting. So anyway, I want two of them. Let's practice Kwamolysis after the Kwamotology that we have seen in the Senate. Let's practice Kwamolysis. I have advocated that people like Governor James Ibori, who will know both of them, should step in and settle them so that we can quamolyze the crisis that generated, the quamology that was generated in the Senate. Doesn't need a public apology. That girl that all the things that were thrown at her, police case dropped, she didn't apologize publicly. Godswill, Senator Godswill Akpabio, Senator Natasha Akpoti Udwaga, Mike Uyi, my big bros, and my bishop, Jude Kakbo, you can have a private meeting, only few of you, and then we quamolyze this issue. Senate President, I don't know how they vex like that day, you know. I didn't plan to humiliate you by changing your seat. Ofone, Akwene, Church Agbasiala, Otito. I don't know how they talk for this Hausa language. At this north, when I know steady, pain me. I'm supposed to know how to speak Hausa at least. Well, you just settle. And then two of you reconcile. After all, you know each other before. So, Jude Kakpo, Senior Bros, Mike Oyi, Senator Natasha Akpoti Udwaga, and Senator Godswill Akpabio. This life no reach anything. No. We are just 60 to 70% water. You people should settle this thing through Kwamolysis. And I know say the fight don't even tire too often now. When I don't spend money and I don't spend time. Nobody, every person pushing you here and there, they have nothing to lose. It is two of you that have a lot to lose. I have nothing to gain. But being an elder statesman, Kwamolysis sometimes is very good. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. Don't mind me, I'm not too normal, but I get small sense. Live in peace with all men. Anyway, I have properties for sale. I have books for sale online and Amazon. I have a webinar coming up on the 6th and on the 7th of September. Network, how to maximize network, not network marketing, how to cultivate. You can start it now. You can start it for your children. It is intentionally done. I will explain to you. And then we have counseling sessions paid. And we have, what else do we have? Mentorship group, the seminars. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. If you didn't get it, just go back and listen to it again. I remain the area grandfather, globe-trotting, unemployed grandfather. I no get work. Dr. Charles Poki, if you don't like me, bust you, baby.